Shalom. First and foremost, I want to begin by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi Bahasham Qadash. Double honors to my apostles, the elders, and great millstone who rule well, teach well. Much respect to you, brothers, laboring worldwide in truth and sincerity. Salutations and blessings to the hopeful elect, believing on the words of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. Coming at you with a lesson, Lord willing, is edifying. Hey, and we in a what? Time of prophecy. All right. And it's another video from the Epic Economist. And they're going in what? The famine. That the Lord has sown this seed that is now starting to grow and blossom. All right. Whenever you sow anything, all right, it's in the dirt. But when it starts breaking forth, then it's made manifest and you know something was planted there. Well, it's the same thing with this famine. The Lord has planted this famine, all right, all over the world. And now it's springing forth. It's budding, all right? It's manifesting, okay? Let's play this video. I trimmed it down to the last half of the video to get this little bit of information, all right? And then we're going to go into the scriptures and we're going to close it out. Lord willing, is edifying.
Higher demand and a change of habits are contributing to elevated prices too. After restaurants were forced to close and remote working became more popular amongst American workers, people have begun eating more at home. With millions of families now at home for 3 meals a day, food consumption in the U.S. has boomed. A recent article published by Agribusiness disclosed that 50% of participants in a food consumption survey affirmed they had been buying more food than usual during the health crisis, with 33% admitting to stockpiling it. And as the food supply sinks, there's really only one direction prices can go. On top of all that, extreme weather has severely disturbed the global supply chain. One simple example of how vulnerable supply chains are at the moment can be seen in the fallout of the recent Texas storms. The brutal blizzard devastated entire crops and livestock, significantly impacting food and water distribution in the Lone Star State. Texas Agriculture Commissioner Sid Miller told several media outlets that farmers were forced to dump roughly 14 million gallons of milk during the crisis. According to Texas A&M's AgriLife Extension Service estimates, the state's farmers and ranchers have lost more than $600 million, and the agency predicts that the ultimate result will be more food shortages and even higher prices around the nation. And this is the effect of just one storm that lasted only 4 days in one state of the country. When similar events start to occur more frequently and more powerfully, the threat to the U.S. food supply will only grow, and grocery bills will continue to follow that upward trend. Evidently, America isn't facing these problems alone. All around the world, food prices are rising far more rapidly than people's incomes. In fact, the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations reported that in March, global food commodity prices rose for the 10th month in a row, with quotations for vegetable oils and dairy products leading the rise. The FAO Food Price Index, which tracks monthly changes in the international prices of commonly traded food commodities, averaged 118.5 points in March, 2.1% higher than in February, and reaching its highest level since June 2014, reads the report. And sadly, those at the very bottom of the economic food chain have been suffering the most from rising food prices. Food riots have already started to be registered in multiple areas, and World Vision, a humanitarian relief organization, warned that due to a locust infestation, critical floodings, social uprisings, and the worsening of the sanitary outbreak across several regions of East Africa, approximately 7 million more people are at the brink of starvation this year. According to the charity, which operates in nearly 100 countries, thousands of children could be fatally affected or suffer long-term health consequences if the international community does not promptly respond to East Africa's worsening crisis. UN experts have continuously stressed that famines of biblical proportions would sweep across the globe in 2021 if world leaders did not urgently take action. Unfortunately, here we are. Despite not experiencing the same extreme level of suffering as Eastern Africa countries, the US is the country with the largest number of food-insecure people in the developed world. Since the burst of the outbreak, food insecurity rates sharply increased in America, from 10.9% in 2019 to 13.9% in 2020. In numbers, that means a rise from 35.2 million food-insecure Americans in 2019 to 45 million in 2020. And it is just sad to say that this figure will continue to climb in 2021. In essence, even in the best of times, the planet was already struggling to feed the entire world population, and we're headed to even steeper hardships in both food production and distribution. Although the US might still have enough supply for people to stockpile and secure themselves and their families, only those who manage to somehow keep their jobs and maintain some sort of financial stability during the recession will be able to afford such highly inflated prices. It is very unfortunate to admit that food prices may not return to lower levels for years, and things are going to become even more painful as our leaders continue to flood the system with more cash. We don't want to sound biased, but all of the warnings we reported throughout this video are consistent with what the economic collapse writer, Michael Snyder, has mentioned in his latest...
Michael Snyder been ear hustling the prophets, all right? And as you see, man, it's the Lord of hosts. It's performing these works, man. Okay? And everything that he said is going to come to pass is going to show forth. All right? It said, what? The vision is yet for an appointed time. Let's get that. Let's go to Habakkuk chapter 2. Because that's what we're seeing. It's springing forth, man. All right? And that mentioned what? Hyperinflation. It mentioned these Babylonians now buying more food, to support their 3 meals a day diet. Well, that's the Lord fattening you for the slaughter, man. All right. This is Habakkuk chapter 2. I'm going to start at verse 1. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and I will watch to see what he shall... Salaki, let me start over. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And that's what we do. All right, the Lord then set up watchmen for the children of Israel, for the elect of the children of Israel, to give warning, right? And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. Yeah, we are running this race. All right? Verse 3, and this is the point. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. It says, wait for it, At the end it shall speak and not lie, though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. It's like y'all a little distracted, little things going on around me. So the Lord said what? The vision is for an appointed time. All right, and toward the end, it's going to speak. It's going to show forth, and that's what we see. Okay, let's go to 2nd Ezra, chapter 15. These things was prophesied, and we're going to keep going over these same scriptures. So if you bored, all right, hey, go watch these Israelites, man. Is not going to warn you. This is all about entertainment, okay? Because we over here at GMS, we about warning. All right, we about getting the blood off our hands. This is 2nd Ezra, chapter 15 and verse 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in their mouth, saith the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity, the unbelief of them trouble thee that speak against thee. And your unbelief is going to be washed away pretty soon. Because you're not going to be able to say, that's not going to happen in my lifetime. Well, guess what? It's happening. Okay? For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world. Yeah, it was a key thing that they said in that video. It's like, this is not America's only problem. This is a worldwide problem. Well, guess what the Lord said? I will bring plagues upon the world. The sword, famine, death, and destruction. See? For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and the hopeful works are fulfilled. See? So is the Lord now seeing that the wickedness has polluted the whole earth, just as in the days of Noah. Okay? And now the Lord is getting ready to cleanse this place once again with the second death, with thermonuclear fire. All right? And those chariots with that concentrated laser fire. Oh, through the Spirit, brother put in the chat video about these so-called pyramid shaped, because they can take any shape, UFOs flying over a Navy vessel, man. All right? That's the Lord of hosts making things manifest at the end. We that close, brothers and sisters. We almost home, right? He that endure to the end, the same shall be saved. Right? This is 2 Ezra chapter 15 and verse 7. Therefore saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness. How is the Lord speaking by the way of his prophets? Right? Which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. Yeah, we're in the time, in the season of the souls of the just complaining continually. Why? Because we tired of this wicked ass place. Okay? It says, who was the just? The Israelites. Let's make it clear. All right? Therefore, thus saith the Lord, I will surely avenge them and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt, the land of your captivity, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. That Egypt, all right, ancient Egypt, the land wasn't destroyed, so it is this Egypt. It's talking about America, Babylon the Great, man. All right? Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague, the ultimate plague, what is those thermonuclear missiles, all right, along with the chariots, and the punishment that the Most High shall bring. You see? They that till the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall fail through the blasting and hail and through the fearful constellation. Then that guy mentioned unexpected natural disasters. But guess what? There's a Lord of hosts controlling that, man. All right? Now, let's jump down. I want to get a particular verse. All right? Let's do 18. For because of the pride, the cities shall be troubled, and the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods. Why? Because of the lack of bread, and for great tribulation. You see? And that's what's coming upon the earth, man. All right? Lack of bread and great tribulation. The scriptures say, suddenly the sown places will appear unsown. Let's get that Slakia. 2 Ezra chapter 6. I believe it's verse 26. There's a little something through the Spirit and power of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, right? I seen this article last night, and my Lord put it on my spirit to do a lesson. Okay? Now, 2 Ezra chapter 6, and okay, I thought it was 6. Bear with me. And Salakia. Yeah. Look right past it. All right. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 6 and verse 22. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, and the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. You see? And that's what's going to happen, man. It's going to all of a sudden hit you people, man. All right? All of a sudden you had food in your house. Then all of a sudden you ain't had no food in your house, man. All right? It's the Lord of hosts. All right? And the Lord has prepared what? Nothing but evil. Nothing but evil it has been prepared for Babylon the Great. Because why? We in that time. Let's go to Ezekiel. Right? Ezekiel chapter 7. Right? Verse 5. It says, Thus saith the Lord power, and evil and only evil, behold, is come. An end is come. The end is come. It watcheth for thee. Behold, it is come. You see? So that's what's coming for you. All right? Nothing but evil. There's nothing good left here in Babylon the Great. All right? And this famine is going to take people unawares. All right? Just like the scriptures say. What it say? The evil arrows of famine. Now, in the ancient world, when an arrow was shot, you may hear a whistle, but you ain't know where that whistle came from until it hit you. All right? It's the same way with this famine that the Lord has prepared, that we see springing forth. But the Lord had put it on our spirits to go ahead and warn our people of the time to come. Let's stay in the book of Ezekiel. Let's go to chapter 5. Okay? These are the plagues that the Lord has prepared for Babylon the Great. And it's beautiful. You should be rejoicing. Okay? This is Ezekiel chapter 5. And what I want to start. Let's start at 16. It says, when I shall send upon them the evil arrows of famine, you see, which shall be for their destruction, and which I will send to destroy you, I will increase the famine upon you. I will break your staff of bread. Your leaning on Esau system is going to be broken, man. You're not going to have any food in that day. Why? Because you ain't trusting the Lord of hosts, right? Verse 17. So will I send upon you famine and evil beasts, and they shall bereave thee. And pestilence. Oh, pestilence. Hey, what we got going on? It's C19, man. See, the scriptures is beautiful, man. It plays out perfectly, right? And they shall bereave thee, right? Loss of children. And pestilence and blood shall pass through thee, and I will bring the sword upon thee, which is Esau Edom. I, the Lord, Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, has spoken, and that's the word of a king, man. All right? So if you're not on the right side of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, you're going to be washed down with the evil. All right? Let's go to Job chapter 5. Let's close it out here. Because there's always duality with Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. All right? In the time of the destruction, the Lord is going to save his elect. Right? This is Job chapter 5 and verse 17. I'm going to start at 17. Because the Lord is correcting us right now in measure. All right? So we won't be punished with the world. Okay? This is Job chapter 5 and verse 17. Behold, happy is the man whom the Most High correcteth. See? Therefore despise not the chastening of the Almighty, for he maketh sore and bindeth up. He woundeth, and his hands make whole. He shall deliver thee in 6 troubles. Yeah, in 7 shall no evil touch thee. Yeah, 7 meaning completion, right? In famine, you see, in famine he shall redeem thee from death, and in war from the power of the sword. See? Thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue. Neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh. At destruction and famine thou shalt laugh. Neither shalt thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth. Didn't we just read that the Lord has these things already prepared? All right, that famine, those beasts of terror. But the Lord said those who've been seeking him while he may be found, he's going to have a hedge of protection. It's going to show forth. He's going to pass over those certain spirits, right? For thou shalt be in league with the stones of the field, and the beasts of the field shall be at peace with thee, right? And thou shalt know that thy tabernacle, that house, shall be in peace. What is that tabernacle, man? The house of David, that pavilion, all right? That hedge of protection, right? And thou shalt know, excuse me, I'm a little excited. Job 5:24. You got to get excited when you read these scriptures, man. If you ain't getting excited, something wrong. And thou shalt know that thy tabernacle shall be in peace, and thou shalt visit thy habitation, and thou shalt not sin. And that's ultimately just the Lord bringing us into that new covenant with those new bodies. All right? That's going to be it for the lesson. Lord willing, it's been edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi Bahasham Qadash. Lord willing, coming at you a lesson. Till the next time I say, Shalom.